Hey guys, welcome to Khong Driving. We are somewhere in Penang. Yes, actually this is the Angsana Hotel in Teluk Bahang, and we are part of a media drive that happened yesterday and today. Yesterday we drove the top of the range Smart #1 BRABUS version, which has a dual motor and all-wheel drive with 428 PS and 543 Newton meters of torque. And today we're going to drive the premium version, which is just a rear-wheel drive, single motor with 272 PS and 343 Newton meters of torque. Of course, this one costs 249,000 ringgit with the full works, and this one is only 219,000 ringgit, and it is just as good. Of course, it has less power, but do you need all the power? So if you need a more powerful car, you can have this one. If it's just like 85% of the users on the road, then possibly this is what you actually need, because you save about 20,000 ringgit and you don't need all that power, although it's not slow though. Actually, there's another version which is called the Pro version, and that starts at only 189,000 ringgit. So that is what you call the baseline model with not much stuff, except that it's all fully electric, just as these two are. You can have your choice of vehicle, but for today we're going to look at the premium version of the Smart #1. Okay, so it's always good to compare the top of the range model with the next model down the road, and you'll find actually there are a few subtle differences. So if you look at the BRABUS version, there is that red accent at the bottom of the bumper, and this one doesn't have it, but this one has got a chrome accent around this part, which is not seen here, whereas this one is blacked out. Yeah, so this part is blacked out and that part is not. So this one is different in that the vent here looks different from this, because this one has got two extra little lines there, which is not present here. But basically the cars are the same shape. So from now on we'll just concentrate on the premium model. So the front is the same, the lights are the same, so there's no difference here. The front looks a little bit plain compared to the red accent there, but I'm sure you can buy that part if you want. So along the side you get 19-inch wheels, and the wheels are different from the BRABUS version, but they are still made for aerodynamics. And inside you have ventilated disc and also McPherson struts, same suspension. At the back you get the same rims, a solid disc, and the suspension looks like it's a multi-link arrangement. The Smart #1 is a hatch, and it looks actually more like a crossover. You can see from these claddings here, these were actually meant for crossover, but the smart people like to call it a hatch. I don't know what to call it, I just call it a smart car. Okay, so as you can see, the differences are very subtle, and if you don't know your smart cars very well, it will look almost the same to you. So for 219,000, what do you get? You get a slightly different interior. This is more for the mainstream user, men and ladies, kind of unisex. And you get the same lovely seats. Of course, you don't have the BRABUS sign, but you get electrical seats for the driver. The co-driver also gets electrical seats, and the seat material is either leather or leather, I'm not sure, but it's in two-tone and it is shaped like a semi-bucket. So you get the same center console, and inside here you have your USB chargers and the power point, and that's the key. Look at that. That's a very cute little key, yeah? And a little air-conditioned cubby hole where you can put your drinks, and that's what they gave us yesterday. We drove the BRABUS version, but it's the same on this part. And at the bottom here, you have another cubby hole for you to put storage. This is your glove compartment. And what's this? This is the towing hook that you put on your car if you need towing. And along the sides, you get this nice hand hole. This is the door handle you pull to open, and this is the window winder. Elsewhere, the dashboard looks quite nice, and this is actually real stitching, airbags, quite a lot of airbags, and of course this car has got the full ADAS system, yeah, except that it doesn't have the dual motor, so it is less expensive. And here we see a panoramic sunroof, same as in the BRABUS version. So it looks like the difference in the BRABUS version is just some trimmings, and of course the fact that it is got one extra motor to give it all-wheel drive. So let's open the bonnet, have a look at the front. Here we go. This is the bonnet catch. Do I need to pull it twice? Okay, just to be sure. Dual struts, and this is a steel bonnet, but it's quite light, and at the front you don't see much, but there's this little frunk here, and yeah, this is the emergency kit for your tire repair. So I would think there is no spare tire lah. Okay, that's the front. And what's this? This is for the water. Yeah, this is for your windscreen washer water. And that looks like the radiator. Yes, there's a radiator here. That's the cap for the radiator, I think. Not sure what it is, but it's quite high. 21 psi cap, so this could be the coolant for the batteries. Yes, so there must be a coolant system for the batteries. I'm not sure, but well, I'm not such a technical guy. And at the front, other than the front, there's nothing much for you to see, except when you want to put in water for your windscreen washer. And for safety, you have dual latch for the front. Okay, so that's it for the front, and we will close it, and you got to drop it hard. That's right, so that's how you close the bonnet. If you press here and here, you might make a dent in the car. Okay, so let's have a look inside the car, but before that, let's take the key. Okay, we'll start with the car locked, and this is the key fob. Looks very cute. I wonder if it flies. No, we're not going to fly it. And this is the unlock button. There you go. The mirror will unfold to show you it's open, and the door handle comes out like this. So for the back, they don't have such a courtesy, but you can see it's lit up here. There's a little light. And of course, if you want to open, you just push. Yeah, push and then you pull. But it's still locked. But here we go. And open the door. And there you are. Wow, the seat just moved back. So there's a kind of memory on the seat. And this is the steering wheel, which is flat bottom. And you get the steering controls. And let's get inside. Ambient lights. And normally for ambient lights, there are 64 colors. We're not going to delve into that. And up there, you also have the panoramic sunroof. So actually, as you get into the car is ready to go. It's in P, and the gear lever is here. So all you need to do is pull down on the gear lever. You can see here, P, R, N, and D. So you can see here, R, N, and D. P is on the right. When you press the P button, the car is parked. You can see there. and you pull the lever down, the car is ready to drive. If you pull the lever up, it goes into R. But first, let's turn on the aircon. So now we set the temperature. It's very easy, intuitive. You can set the temperature lower, and the fan speed is here, so you can have it higher or lower. So it's up to you. And aircon, you can have max aircon. What happens when you put on max aircon? Then it cools down the car very much faster. You can have auto or you can have eco, but we'll just leave it on auto, and the speed is at 2. So this is the infotainment screen, and down here we have the instruments, and it's all digital. You will see your speed here, and you will see also the range. Right now is 370 kilometers and 84%. Yeah, so this could possibly get us back to KL, but I don't think so, and you will have to refuel somewhere. Okay, so the instruments are quite simple. There's some controls here and some controls here. This is for the sound, and so most of the other control buttons are here, and this is the horn. Yeah, that's the horn. And the home screen is more interesting. You have this one, takes you to the main settings. So this car has got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and also navigation. That's navigation. So, and that tells us we are in somewhere near Teluk Bahang. Then back again. Energy is the most important one. It will tell you your travel range, 370, 84%, and you can have standard or dynamic driving mode. So there are 2 driving modes. Then you can have your driving data here, your trip mode, your long trip mode, schedule your charging, and also the daily trips that you want, aircon temperatures here, and driving mode. Okay. Oh, there's also a sport mode. Okay, so in for this part is traveling range, standard range, or dynamic. So there are 2 ranges. For dynamic range, you get 377, standard is 370, and driving mode is here, which is push button. Very good. Eco, comfort, or sport. And with each of the buttons, the meter changes. Yeah, and eco. So there is a change on the instrument panel, and down here are the aircon louvers, the speakers up there, tweeters I think, and then you have airbag. I see an airbag there, and of course airbag on the steering. I don't know how many airbags lah, at least 6 I would say, or could be more. And most important here is the aircon louvers are here, ambient lighting. So this one is pink, more for a female driver. I like blue or red. And this is the cover here, very nice. And this is a wireless charger, a plug, and also 2 USB-Cs. Down here you have a little hole here for your phone. The key is here, and of course this one closes, but you gotta remove the phone. Okay, let's put the phone here to charge, and there you are. So you see that here, and at the back here you have a air conditioned cubby hole. Okay, so up front you have your glasses holder, and that is passenger airbag. It tells you about the airbag condition, and this switch opens the panoramic sunroof. Okay, so now with the sunroof open, you get more light inside and you can see. So yeah, let's try to count the airbags. 1 on the steering, 1 on the dash, that's 2. Up there, 3, and on this side, on the right side will be 4. Then you have another 2 side airbags, 5, and on my right hand side will be 6, and then another 2 at the back on the C pillar, that makes 8. And let's check the driver's bottom here. Do I see an airbag? Not very sure, there could be an airbag here, I can't tell you. And a little cubby hole, very good for your smart tag if you need one. Now that's a speaker hole. No words here, so there is no 9th airbag. So I see a minimum of 8 airbags. Okay, so that's another look at the front again before we go to the back. And okay, the back is locked. We need to unlock it. Okay, unlock button here. And here we are at the back of the car. So we have a bit more light now that we have the sunroof, or rather the skylight, open. Okay, just now I counted 8, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, and side airbags. So that's 10 airbags for this car. Wow, that's a lot of airbags, man. So for 219,000, you're really getting a lot of stuff. Speakers at the back, and okay, that's the seat in front. And here I am. There's just enough leg room for me, which is not too bad. Now that seat is set for somebody else. It's a little bit further back because when we open and close the door, I think the seat goes backwards. And so at the back here, I think, to be honest, you can sit 2 people lah. Okay, so but the panoramic sunroof is very great. And in the middle here, you have the armrest for the rear passengers, and this makes it a better 4-seater than a 5-seater. And this is a little hole that allows you to keep long items, and it goes into the boot. So there are actually seat belts for 3 people, but for 2 people it's just nice lah. So at the back here, the door handles follow the same motif as the front. And so this is the BRABUS Premium. I quite like it. The interior is two-tone and it looks very nice and classy. Worth the 219,000 ringgit. That is the reading light, and this is the oh my god handle, which is very good in a small hatch because well, yesterday we had quite some adventures in the car. It was nice to drive and it was very comfortable, so we had a very relaxing drive. So today but yesterday that was in the BRABUS version, and today we're going to drive this rear wheel drive version. Okay, so let's look at the boot area. So of course you have an electric boot, and you have a little tonneau cover here. Yeah, this is the back of the cover. This is an umbrella, not sure if it's part of the thing. So here you have a tie down hook that allows you to pull out, and you can tie down your bottom cargo. There are 4 of them, 2 on each side, the other side and here. And over here you have a little cubby hole that's got a little elastic cloth here, and you have a power point up here. Okay, you also have a bit of a tapao hook if you need to tap out anything. Fantastic. And a little courtesy light at the back, plus another cubby hole. So looking inside here, there is no spare tire. Oh, very nice. Look at this. Instead of having one piece, they made it so that it folds, and it's so great, isn't it? So there's nothing in the boot here except for safety triangle, and this is a charging cable here, and that's it for the boot. It's quite small, maybe 200 to 300 liters, and you can put 2 small suitcases or 3 little overnight bags. And yes, the seats split and fold, so you can fold them down should you want to. So electric control, and that's pretty much it for the Smart Premium. So guys, which one would you take? 249,000 for the all-wheel drive or 219,000 for the premium? Well, let me give you a tip. If you're power hungry like me, this is the one to go. And if you just want a nice electric car to drive around, it's not slow, remember 0 to 100 in 7.6 seconds, and the top speed of these two are the same, just a little bit under 200 kilometers per hour, which is enough for most people. So then guys, take your choice, 249, 219,000. And thanks very much for watching. And of course, if you want to buy any of these cars, just go to shop.yskhongdriving.com and we will get it fixed for you. Or you can send me a WhatsApp at 016-335-0609. Thanks very much for watching, and till we meet again, bye-bye.